Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75. Welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. For this one I thought I would do a recent purchase of mine. I saw this one on sirtoys.com and it was one of those sort of like instant impulsive sort of buys. I saw this is obviously an oversized Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. Yeah, it was like an impulse sort of pop buy really. I saw it on there and I thought, yeah, I want that because it's oversized and it's a combiner just like I like buying and everything like that. I think it was $15, so I wasn't actually expecting a lot. And believe me, I didn't really get a lot for my money. I mean, $15 also that's about like a tenner, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so I weren't expecting a lot, and yeah, I didn't really get a lot. Some of them are all right. One of them, let's just not talk about entirely. Let's start off with that one. This is obviously the worst of the bunch. This is well, Onslaught. I mean, the plastic quality is like Poundland quality. It's that, you know, this bit's supposed to be quite thick, and you could bend it quite easily enough with your finger there. It's really bad. This is a silly. Don't even know what this is, like armoured truck type mode, whatever that is. You can see Brutus's head here. This has some problems. I'm not even going to probably transform it. It's awful. I think it just comes all the way around here somehow. It doesn't really come together too well. This bit falls out all the time. It's pegged in there. Turn that around. This is, I don't know what this bit does. This is like his crotch piece, I think. These are his legs. These don't really stay at all, to be honest. In robot mode, which is a bit of a shame. Oh no, that's what there is a peg for them. I thought there was. I wonder why it wasn't staying there too well. So I thought I'm sure it stayed better than that last time I've done it. So you get them up like that. These arms are rubbish. This gun, I'm not going to waste too much time on this. This is annoying. This gun, just throw that away for all I care. Get that in there, and if it wants to stay in there, then you sort of. This annoys me the hell out of me. Just stick these bits wherever the hell you think you really want them. And there we have is this bit, this crotch piece, which also used for Bruticus, obviously. Doesn't really want to stay in position too well. But there it is. Let me just adjust my camera. And it's rubbish. I mean, they've simplified it to hell. I mean, it uses obviously the torso of Bruticus, because you've got Bruticus's head there. And yeah. It's actually not holding together too badly. Actually, the last time I made this, I transformed this. It was bad. I mean, you'll see when I get it into Bruticus, these joints are just so loose they just cannot handle the weight of the limbs and everything, and it just constantly wants to fall over. Unless you prop it up against a wall, that works pretty well. And it has issues. You can pretend that this gun can fit on the back if you want. It doesn't really stay. There's no pegs for it, and I think it is completely hollow in there. Will you hold it? Not really, because there's just nothing. You could probably stick it on this little peg, actually, to be honest. Hold on. Will it go on? Yeah. So there you go. You can hold it, a bit like Megatron with his cannon on his arm. Yeah. Let's not talk about that one. Onslaught is the worst. Let's come to another one now. Is Vortex. Now Vortex, he doesn't hold together particularly too well, but I do like it. These are really tight, but they do move and they do collapse. For transformation, he does have the little gun on the front, which is pretty cool. Now obviously these were basic size toys. I've got a deluxe size toy here, just to give you sort of a size comparison. This is Viacon from Transformers Prime. So as you can see, these are oversized quite significantly, probably double sized more than anything. And it's alright. Again, the plastic quality over all this is bad, so just take my word for it. Paint applications aren't too bad, but obviously it does go over in places. It does have an issue with its transformation, this guy. I'm not overly impressed with it. I mean, you can see the Bruticus's hand in there, and it is just that flat sort of hand. It's a bit annoying. I take that gun away. It can't really pose this guy too well, and it does fall over all the time. I can't remember how these bloody arms go. I think you have to turn it around. I think rotate at the waist, rotate that down, bring this down, fold these up, and then yep, that just wants to come off that ball joint. Jesus, get in there. There you go. So you fold these out, bring that up and round, and then you've got his hands somehow. Is that right? I'll just rotate them out. Bloody hell, that looks awful, doesn't it? Have I got it around the right way? No, I can't have. There we go. Yeah, so you're going to reposition that, something like that, bring that around. And yeah, there you've got Vortex. Now he has issues. He is constantly leaning over to the back like that because you just cannot get his legs. That's just moulded detail, that knee joint. So you've got no knee joint to straighten him up. This bit usually falls off. Without that, that ain't too bad then. Then you can sort of prop him up a little bit better. So again, this guy, he does need a wall to prop himself up on. Shame though, because he don't look too bad if I'm honest with you. Just one minor issue or two there. Let's move on to someone else because I didn't want to spend too long on this figure actually with this video. Let's put him over there out of the way. Alright, let's move on to this guy. So this guy looks pretty good in vehicle mode, I'll give him that. This is obviously Swindle. Now again, he's a good chunky solid figure. There's him with vehicle on there. He's a good size, you know. He does what he says on the tin, I think. I mean, he does look very hollow inside and everything. Let's get on to the transformation. I can't exactly remember how to transform this, so we're just going to start unpegging stuff. Right, move this around, that sort of brings him out a bit. Untab these, these are going to become his legs. So let's separate these. It's the first time I've actually transformed this into robot mode. I have transformed it into Bruticus, and this is probably one of the more solider pieces on it. So where are we going with this now? Do you know what? I can't even remember how this bloody goes. We've got it here somewhere. So we're going to have to rotate that around, aren't we? So that probably comes around to there somehow. That comes up like that. And like that somehow. Oh yeah, some pegs in there. You can sort of see them. Just bring it down on those pegs. And actually, he is pretty good, if I'm honest with you. He's got a strange head sculpt there, but he is looking so far the best of the bunch in vehicle mode and robot mode. I think you're not the winner with this guy. He is pretty cool. Does come with quite a cool Decepticon insignia on him there. He says game on him there for some reason. Not totally sure why, but there we go. Still, pretty pleased with old Swindle. We'll put him at the back. He deserves to be in the background. Now, this is probably one of my favourite vehicle modes. This is Brawl. Just says he obviously does transform into a tank, which is a bit lucky because it does have a rope across it. He's like a Cybertronian tank. This gun does, if you move it around, it does move around all the sort of articulation the original had, and it does click nice into place there. You can't hide the head away like you did in the original toy. Not much else to say about this mode. Let's try and transform. He does unfortunately suffer a little. You bring these down. He does have this weird thing staying around. These legs are about as useful as the original toy. They're just, I mean, these toes don't offer nothing. And then you've got these hands. These hands are tagged in, and they're pretty damn good tabs. I can't bloody out of you very easy. There you go. And then, unfortunately, they do sort of look a little hollow. That's come out. So you've got his hands in there like that. So you've got hands. You can either have him like a hollow look, where he's sort of hunched over. You can do this with him, give him a slightly different look, but then the hands are off a little bit, unfortunately. But if you don't mind holding us, or you can swap the arms over, that would probably be easier. He looks okay. Does look a little menacing, doesn't he? But he's got no heel spurs or nothing, so you've really got to sort of like hunch him forward as best you can to get him to stand up, and I am not having no luck. Yeah, no. Again, usable. We'll put him over there. So let me come to the last team member. This is Blastoff. He's pretty cool. I like this. I like this mode. This is one of my favourite sort of like shuttle modes. These bits are supposed to clip together a little bit better. I think I must have broke the clip off. You can see there's two little tabs in there. The one sort of like tabs into the other. I must have snapped it off because when I first got it, it was like that. And then the other day when I was transforming it, messing about with it, suddenly it was like this. So I think I've definitely broke that off somewhere. Shame, because it does look good when it's together. But it's still good paint apps in there. I really like it. You can imagine this is some sort of Cybertronian shuttle. I like it. Now to transform it does have the same problem when you transform it into Bruticus. This arm is so long, it is ridiculous. You can sort of mess about with it and just fiddle around with it and try and shorten up the arm. Not as good as you can on the original toy. I was going to try and get my original Bruticus, Cybertron Bruticus out. Oh, that's good. Bloody hell. Don't worry, you can put them back on. Just to... Oh my god, it's all falling apart here. But luckily it ain't breaking, you just sort of tap it back in, I think. Sort of. I don't know if I broke that. Who knows? There's his head. Then we're going to remove these. These are going to come up. Like so. Giving him his usual sort of shoulder guard look. Like that. Oh god, I do hate these sometimes, these Fall of Cybertron toys. Sometimes these days they make them so, not over complex, but they do make them bloody weird looking. Right, so these ball joints, I think every ball joint I can on this figure is nearly popped out. Bit annoying. For some reason that's the best you're going to get on that one. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah. So robot mode is a bit shocking. Just going to bring this leg down. Hopefully I've got the right one. Probably not. Try him on that side. I probably should have done this first really, but never mind. We'll come to it when we come to Bruticus. Oh, he's come out again. Definitely not broke that, have I? No, it's because it's got to tab in a certain amount, I think. Let's see if I can just push it all the way. What is that? Not. I don't know what it done. It stays there, doesn't it? At the end of the day it was cheap and I knew what I was buying, so it doesn't matter. Right, okay, so then we've got Blast Off, kind of, in robot mode. He looks not too bad, if you want my opinion. I quite like him. Funny arms, funny legs, but I quite like him. Yeah. These two, definitely the stars of the show, followed probably by Brawl, then closer on Vortex, and you could just throw Onslaught out the window if you want my opinion. But you know, as things go, I think they're pretty good. If you just want a few oversized sort of figures, cheap and nasty, you know, you can't go wrong. But yeah, unless you're really committed to this sort of thing, it's probably in a pass, in it really. Still, there we go. But if you like it, you like it, and unfortunately, these are the sort of things that I end up spending my money on. So there we go. Right, this has been actually no, I've still got to combine them into Bruticus, haven't I? Right, okay, I'm going to film that in a minute. I'm not going to show the combination because that will be really annoying. I'm just going to come back with a combined form. Okay, right, see you in a minute. Right, so this is them in their combined form of Bruticus. It is a shame that the plastic is a little cheap and the joints are a little loose and some of the pegs don't tab in properly. As you can see on this one here, there's a little tab here which the legs join into. It doesn't really hold it. It's okay for when he's in his smaller Onslaught mode, but in this mode it just doesn't stay in. Maybe I can fix it with a little bit of super glue or whatever around it to build out that peg. But it's just not going to have it, unfortunately. If I just pick up my little camera, because that'll probably be easier, you can see here the hands. The hand is a little, you can't actually move it this way, so it sort of sticks out flat like that. Again, that's a shame. And obviously the joints up here. Now you can see this little joint here has like an open bit, and this one doesn't. On this one, I did manage to take it out and switch it around. It isn't actually supposed to do that because it doesn't really fold away into place properly. I was trying to go and switch them with each other, but this one's held in, as you can see, by a screw just there, and this one is just like a little tab. So I can't really do that. I might try and switch this one around. Overall, it's you can't play with it in this mode. It will just fall apart. If I touch it, this thing will collapse. Believe me. Again, as I said, you might be able to do something. If you prop it up against a wall, that actually helps a lot. But obviously you're not going to play with it. If you just want it and you want to display it, then it's fine, really. And it is quite a size, if I'm honest. I mean, I think the original one... shame I didn't get the original one out of my loft, because I think the original one will probably come to roughly around here, maybe just under his shoulders. And for what I paid for it, you know, it's cheap and nasty. And, you know, it's all right. It's one of those things that I like, sort of. This is one of the worst cases, unfortunately. But, you know, it's all right. It's just one of those things that will sort of stick away somewhere out of sight. And, you know, it's all right. I mean, it has elements that are good, but just too many that are a bit downfall, unfortunately. Could have been done a lot better. That would have been brilliant. Anyway, right, I'm going to wrap this review up there. Unfortunately, obviously... probably said before on because his head there doesn't get no articulation, it is just in place there. You know, you do get a lot of articulation, but it just flops everywhere, unfortunately. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.